Have you ever considered the profound impact of the Council of Trent on the Reformation? It's a question that invites us to delve into the heart of one of the most pivotal periods in religious history. The Council of Trent, convened in the mid-16th century, set the stage for a systematic onslaught against the Reformation. The decrees of the council were not just religious edicts, but battle plans, outlining a strategy to undermine the Bible and Protestant teachings. The council sought to sow confusion about the origin and authenticity of the Scriptures, aiming to shatter the Reformers' certainty that had so confounded the papacy. This was a game of religious chess, a long-term strategy that would take decades to unfold. The Council of Trent was the opening move, setting the pieces on the board and pointing the way for the Catholic Church's reaction against the Reformation. This council marked the beginning of a long and intricate chess game between the Catholic Church and the Reformers. So, what was the next move in this grand chess game? Following the Council of Trent, a strategic plan was set in motion that would span 4 decades. This was a time of careful preparation for Jesuit students, a period dedicated to the creation of a tool that could potentially destabilize the very foundations of the Reformation. The Jesuits, you see, knew the power of the written word. They understood that the Bible, held in such high esteem by the Reformers, was a cornerstone that could not be easily dislodged. But what if doubts could be sown about its authenticity? What if confusion could be spread about its origins? If they could shake the Reformers' faith in their own Scriptures, might that not weaken their position? This was the theory that the Jesuits pursued with a single-minded determination. For 40 years, they studied, they planned, they prepared. Their goal was not just to create a new version of the Bible, but a version that could stand as a viable alternative to the one used by the Reformers. This was no small task. The Bible of the Reformers, particularly Tyndale's version, had gained significant traction. But the Jesuits were undeterred. They believed in their mission, and they were willing to invest the time and effort necessary to see it through. With a new Bible in their arsenal, the Jesuits were ready to challenge the influence of the Reformers. But how does England fit into this grand scheme? Let's dive in. During the 6 decades that followed the Council of Trent, England underwent a transformation, shifting from a predominantly Catholic nation to a people who cherished the Bible. This change was heavily influenced by the wide circulation of Tyndale's Bible since 1525, which had moved the populace away from religious pomp and ceremony. However, this evolution didn't occur without resistance. Spain, the world's leading nation of the time, and a fervent Catholic stronghold, combined forces with the papacy to infiltrate England with highly skilled Jesuits. Their mission? To instill a Catholic monarch on England's throne and revert the English population back to Romanism. The Jesuits, armed with at least 40 years of scholarship, were strategic in their approach. They introduced an English version of their own Bible, aiming to challenge the influence of Tyndale's Bible. This move was significant. Remember, the Bible endorsed by Constantine was in Greek, Jerome's Bible was in Latin, but this Jesuit Bible, it was in English. The goal was clear. If England could be maintained as a Catholic stronghold, together with Spain, they could ensure Catholicism dominated in all of America and anywhere the English language resonated. The threat posed by the Jesuit Bible was real and imminent. The stakes were high, with the future religious landscape of England and, indeed, the entire English-speaking world hanging in the balance. So, what was the outcome of this grand religious experiment? Let's take a look. The Jesuit Bible, a product of 40 years of intensive scholarship, aimed to supersede Tyndale's Bible and through it reshape the faith of England and the wider world. While the Jesuits' efforts did not entirely succeed in eradicating the influence of the Reformation, they did leave a lasting impact. England's shift from a Catholic nation to a Bible-loving people was slowed, and the religious landscape of the world was irrevocably altered. The echoes of this monumental struggle can still be felt today. The Jesuit Bible, along with the Council of Trent, played a pivotal role in shaping the complex tapestry of religious belief and practice we see across the globe. The Council of Trent, the Jesuit Bible, and their impact on the Reformation, a grand chess game of religious power and influence that has left an indelible mark on our world.